Lonk the Sane. Welcome to another Gwentsday Eve, and is there an echo in here? I think I hear an echo. Maybe it's because we're going to be playing some Mystic Echo. That's right, we'll be going Scoia'tel today, and the first couple of decks I did, they were, my variation on things, my take on things. This is very much a meta deck that I'll be playing today, but sometimes as you're playing, you try something out and then you realize this is for me. This is the deck that speaks to me the most, and I think Mystic Echo is that deck. I absolutely love playing with this deck. It is extremely powerful. The other decks, you kind of figure out how they like to play. Some of them like to win round 1, pass round 2, and then win in round 3. Some are okay with losing round 1, but then they just, go hard rounds 2 and 3. This one is solid through and through. It likes to win round number 1, but even when it doesn't, it has a good game plan for 2 and 3. And if it wins round 1, there's no guarantee that it'll just, pass to round 3. This is actually one that likes to bleed in round 2. So I will leave the list of the cards in the description below, unless by some miracle I have a chance to post a deck list somewhere. But unfortunately, Android is still kind of bugged in that there's no way to actually do that. I can't export anything, and PlayGwent won't let me just type the cards in. So, yeah, I'm still kind of stuck in the middle here. I can't really do the deck any other way. But, all right, I'm sure if you've been playing, especially in the higher end of the ladder, you've come across this deck quite a few times. It is quite powerful. We have poison units in here. We've got cards like Dryad Ranger, which can dish out some poison, and also has Harmony. Harmony is a key ingredient in this deck. We also have the Forest Whisperer, which also dishes out the poison, and we also have the Weeping Willow. So we're going to dish out a little bit of poison to take out our opponent's Scoia'tel units, but the main thing that we're going to focus on is having the Harmony ability. We have Dryads, we have Beasts, we have a couple humans, we have Treants. So we have a variety of different unit types, and each time we play those, we're going to trigger the Harmony ability. So the plan is in round 1, lean on our bronze units. And we have a very, very good bronze strategy. As long as you have a couple poison units, a couple of different unit types. Hawker Smuggler is great to play in round number 1 to boost the minions in your hand for later. Or units. Sorry, this isn't Mythgard. But Percival is also okay to play in round number 1. Because he gets, twice the boost from Harmony. And hopefully we'll be able to beat him in round number 1. Then in round number 2, the ideal play is to play out Waters of Brokilon, put out our Dryad Fledglings. And the Dryad Fledglings are just 4/4s with Harmony. So having 2 on the battlefield, if the opponent doesn't have a way to remove them right away, they can kind of get out of control. They'll just grow tall very fast because, like I said, we have a variety of different unit types in here. So if we don't have the Waters of Brokilon, we do have Fauve in here to play a nature card from the deck. And if we still don't have Fauve or Waters of Brokilon, we do have Call of the Forest. Not ideal, but we can get it out that way. Then in round number 3, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our leader's ability, the Mystic Echo. Play a Scoia'tel special card from our graveyard. That's going to be the Waters of Brokilon. We'll put out our units once again, and then we'll immediately play out a different unit type. Preferably, I like to play out our defender here in Figgis. So that will protect our druids, and then we just continue to grow the board, play it out as we will, stay ahead of the opponent, and then finish them off, hopefully with a big old great oak. Hopefully we'll stack them in one row. And this deck, the main one it struggles against is Hidden Cache. No surprise there. A lot of decks struggle against Hidden Cache. I've faced a lot of Nilfgaard and a lot of Skellige, a lot of these control type strategies. I mean, Dryads get out of hand very quickly for these control type decks. So this does very well against them. It's also pretty good against Uprising. This also struggles against Death Shadow. Death Shadow just gets really big really quickly, and if the opponent plays it right, it's really hard to remove their units because you'll try to poison them, and they'll just consume them, so they'll get right around that. And yeah, that's the basic idea of this deck, is we want to win round 1, Round 2 is going to be a bleed. We'll play the Waters of Brokilon. We'll play out a unit or two, get our opponent to commit to the bleed. Hopefully they'll use their ability or they'll play out some of their gold cards and then pass the turn. And then in round number 3, we'll use our leader ability, bring back a couple of Dryads, and then just go to town on the opponent. So it's a really strong strategy. If we lose game number 1 and the opponent passes on round number 2, we'll just play out a smaller unit, just passed around, go along with it. And then in round number 3, we can play out the Waters of Brokilon and then use our ability to bring the waters back a second time. So we'll have 4 Dryads to start out right away. That can also be really, really good. Sometimes it's almost better to play it that way. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is a really good, really strong deck. But enough of me talking about it. Let's dive into a couple games and I'll show you just how good this deck can be. God Syndrome versus a Skellige deck.
Damn it.
And I believe that is Second Wind, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, this should be a fun challenge. We've got the Waters of Brokilon in hand. Definitely hold on to that. We've got plenty of bronze units. I think the boar can go for now, though. Do I have one? Can I get a second poison unit? Yeah, let's go for it. Nope, don't get it. So, alright, we can dig for one with Isengrim's Council. This is actually a really good opening hand that we have here. So, our opponent's going to go first. Alright, so that's definitely something we may be on the watch out for to poison. We'll just lean on Percival to start here.
I'd give my right hand for marinated herring.
On Crate Greatsword, okay. So they're looking to sling a lot of damage at us, it looks like. That's a melee ability. So one of those is going to have to get bumped. I think I'll use my bird here to bump the bear. This is also problematic because that kind of takes away our poisoning plan. Because whatever we poison, they're just going to heal up right away. So hopefully they'll use it on something else. So maybe we just go through this round without removing anything. Oh, okay. That's good. Now we can get some poison in. Yahoo! Okay, so they're going to take out... Oh, okay. Not going to wound our bird. Interesting. Let's play the Hawker Smuggler. Keep boosting our units. Harmony is such a good ability. Then we can use our elf, take out that boat. That elf. Right, so they're just randomly dealing damage. Freya's Blessing, sure. Alright. So they keep hitting my boosted unit. I'm guessing maybe they don't have a whole lot of bloodlust. Let's play the Vrihedd Officer. Now this.
I once lopped off 3 heads with one blow.
Alright, let's start dealing some poison. Isengrim's council.
The only good human is a dead human.
Yep.
Leave while you still stand.
Then hopefully next turn we can just play out the Whisper, and that'll be enough to give us the win. Then round 2, hopefully we can go with our usual plan. We'll just bleed them a bit. Oh, I need to pass the turn, don't I? Oops. Okay, that's Stammelford's thing. Play Forest Whisperer.
The wood shall turn against you.
Oops. Come on, take out the greatsword.
Wilds shall
There we go.
your fields.
Yeah, let's pass the turn. I think after this it's just going to be passed around. Yep. That's what you love to see. So we won't be able to get up to a full 10. But I'm planning on bleeding them here anyway. Making the opponent catch up to me. And with this boosted dwarf, that should be a tall order. We should have some pretty good card advantage. Into the last round. Alright, that's poison. I think I want to keep that. Okay, Great Oak. We're set up very, very nicely here. It's going to be really tough for our opponent to overcome this. Even with a nice controlling Skellige deck like this one. So let's play Waters Brokilon.
Who wasn't before?
And then pass the turn. The next turn it'll be play Dwarf. Yeah, I get confused. I played the card out of my hand. I didn't second wind it, so I can't play another yet. Alright, we got a gold card out of him. Awesome. So let's just bleed away.
Who's got the courage?
So we've got 17. Alright. 18, sorry. We'll have 19 after next round because of the vitality. Sure, another gold card. Keep playing them.
Business just don't mix.
Okay. So they use their power, and they're going to have to use another card if they want to get ahead of us. Yeah, they're going to need to play another card, so this is a good time to pass. Bleed completed. We got 3 gold cards out of our opponent. Alright, short round number 3. Here we go. What do we get? Alright, we don't need... Dwarf is not going to be particularly good. There's this elf. We have a couple poison units though. Alright, what do we have? Oh, we have Nature's Rebuke we can get with Fauve. That's actually really good. So let's see what our opponent comes up with. Okay. And end the unit by 1. Sure. It's just going to keep pinging us, but we should be able to have enough with the Mystic Echo. That doesn't really matter. Let's bring back our Waters of Brokilon. Play that in the front row. And now I can play a unit along with it. And let's put out our Hawkeye Smuggler.
Special prize, just for you.
Get a good
guys.
jump. Aramon. Alright, so they're going to get an alchemy card here.
Gods protect us.
Yep, what are they bringing back from the graveyard? Great sword. Okay, so this is probably a great sword combo deck. So that is something I'm going to want to poison. Let's get out a Dryad Ranger.
Your next move shall
So we saw both of these in round number 1, so they don't have a second, but they could have the alchemy spell to bring back the other one. I think I would want to make them work for it.
daisies stand tall, dead one.
So they may be going for the greatsword combo here. Really don't want them to do that. Delirium. Okay, they're going to split 6 damage all over the place. Alright, let's play out our boar. Let's take out Ermion. Yep, they're going to take out a pig. Is there anything I want to get back from the deck? I mean, I could play the... Nope, I think we're just going to... use Fauve right here. Nature's Rebuke. Even though we don't have Treant out, I don't think it's going to matter. I think we've got them really kind of locked down here, unless they have a miracle with this last card here. Morkvarg. Great card. Not going to do it. So, alright, rather than waste the opponent's time, I'll just pass here, and we'll win the match. So we handled Skellige quite nicely. We enacted the game plan just the way we wanted to. We bled them in round number 2. And then we brought back Water's Brokilon in round number 3. So, yeah, that's exactly what this deck wants to do. We were able to stay in the driver's seat, and yeah, it's really, really powerful. Alright, Dwarfin is our worthy opponent, playing a Skellige deck. And... let's see. It looks like he's going to be trying to bleed us. He or she, I don't know for sure. We don't need, I don't think, all those points, so let's ship one back. And we have Fauve for round 2. I think this is pretty good. I think we'll just keep this as is. Alright, let's see what we're up against here. We're going first. So we'll lead with the Hawker Smuggler.
Got business for me?
And we'll just boost that. Get a unit in our hand boosted. Alright. Hit the Forest Whisperer. Petricidal Fury. Okay, so this is probably going to be a great sword combo. Alright, on Great Longship. So we'll definitely need to take out those great swords eventually. That's going to be annoying. You know I have a bad history with it, but it's so tempting. Is it really worth it though? I don't think so. But it is melee, so you know what? We can hit it with the Trained Hawk. Move it back a row. And now it does nothing. That Hawk also has harmony, so as we play more units out here, that should get bigger. Human light longship. Alright, that's the one that's just going to keep pinging us. And I'm going to hit that with the Bowman, because we'll activate the harmony. And if they want to use that ship again, it's going to damage itself by 1, so we'll be rid of it. And we have our Dryads here to poison stuff. So opponent's going to keep attempting to bleed us. I think for now we'll just play out the Mahakam Marauder.
Got a hearty hankering for Gwent.
We're staying up on top. Don't let them get ahead. It's nice not having to worry about that boat, to be honest. Let's see what else the opponent has. So we'll have to watch out for the Greatsword in the 3rd round. Which makes me wonder if maybe we press him here in the 2nd round. There's an on-crate Greatsword. That's the card I'm talking about. Archer, whoa! Round number 1. Okay, so our opponent's coming out very, very aggressive here. So we're gonna have to pick and choose which we want to. I think we go for the Greatsword. Because I get a feeling the enemy's gonna start slinging some damage at us here. That's just gonna keep getting bigger. Purify. Alright. Problematic.
Not you again.
But how far do we want to push this opponent? And we can try another Dryad Ranger.
Your next move shall be your last.
But then they can play a nature card and they can purify it. And then maybe just pass around after this one. Yep, they purify it, so... Alright, well, they used their power. So I was not expecting that. I think we just passed the turn here. They have 4 cards in hand. They'll probably just pass round number 2. And then we'll go for the deploy twice in 1 round strategy, which can be very effective for the waters of Brokilon. Alright, good pickup, good pickup. I guess this can go back. This doesn't excite me. What do we have left? Alright, I'm gonna bank on the opponent just passing here. If that's the case, we'll just play out the Vrihedd Officer, but let's see what happens. Hopefully that pays off. I'm thinking they're going to want a long round number 3. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just making me sweat a little. Yep, the opponents thought about it, decided to pass. So, easy play here. We'll play the officer. Then we'll just pass it around. So we are going to be down a card. So hopefully we'll be able to get a ton of way ahead with our Harmony. But we'll see what the opponent's got in store. Like I said, they've used their ability already, so that should be an advantage to us. Alright. Is there anything different we want? Water's Brokilon we can get. I probably want my Weeping Willow. So I think I will throw back this. And okay, I think this will be good enough. I think we can manage this. So let's play Fauve first. Play out Waters of Brokilon. Use our ability. Bring it back again. Alright, hopefully the opponent doesn't have Scorch or something like that. Or something like that. I don't know what else they could use besides Scorch to completely annihilate what we just did. But whatever it may be, hopefully they don't have it. Alright, so they're going to use that to try and bleed. Let's not. No bleeding today. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. We also have Figgis that we could play. Okay, ouch. Gonna ping our bird. But I think for now, let's just go with Percival. The next turn we'll play Figgis. Uncreate Greatsword. That's something that's going to need to be dealt with. I think we're okay to play Figgis for the moment. Kind of want to spread units out a little bit too, because if they have art or something like that, you know, we don't want to be losing all our booths. Be nice to be able to keep some. Hopefully they don't have a way to purify the Greatsword. That's going to be a key card we need to take out. What else I got in the deck? Savage Bear. I believe they have one in the graveyard already. So let's poison that Greatsword. kind of surprised they used this in the first round. Because Orange Elf goes really well with the Great Sword. You know, you ought to give an automatic 3 boost. And then they probably have that long ship that damages everything. Alright, Bowman's kind of attacking our back row here. So let's play Call of the Forest. Let's get out our Weeping Willow. They have both of them in the graveyard. I mean, they could probably get one back. They may have that bronze spell that lets them bring a bronze unit back from the graveyard. So they have their greatsword out either way. That's something we definitely do want to deal with if we can. And I have not played an elf yet. So it's something to note for Isengrim's Council. Give it bleeding 2, increase bleeding for each adjacent pirate. So, alright, they're going to get my defender. Honestly, I'm okay with that. What does this thing do? Nothing, because it's... But I still think we take that out, so let's go with Isengrim's Council.
The only good human is a
Go for our Bowman. Wipe that out. Boost everything up. Three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the back row. Up. Is our opponent disconnecting on purpose? Okay. Nope. Looks like just a hiccup. Hopefully. Maybe. That's one recommendation I have for you. Don't be that guy or gal. Just give a good game, move on. It's not the end of the world. You don't have to get salty about it.
I shan't let you down.
Alright, so let's now play out Barnabas. Then we can play out a giant Great Oak. Hemdall. Okay. So it's going to be dealing damage all across our back row. Hemdall's a good target to take out. 6, 7, 8. Alright, let's just play Great Oak on the end here. Alright, we're well ahead, but they have 2 cards. Skellige can swing. They don't have the, basically free damage from their ability because they used it in round number 1. Let's see how this plays out for the opponent. They could have an Art or something here, which could debuff a lot of our units. We still have our defender on the back row, though, so it's tougher for them to take anything there. They may have the card advantage, but like I said, we will have the points. And you saw, Waters of Brokilon there. Wild Boar of the Sea. That's the ship I'm thinking of. So, alright, there's going to be some damage coming our way. Down to 62. Not all that much. And what do they got? They got Geralt. That's not going to do it. Whatever they decide. Yep. So we got well ahead of our opponent thanks to our Harmony triggers. And yeah, their game plan just wasn't good enough to beat this deck. I mean, you saw just how powerful this can be. I mean, they took game number 1, but they used their leader ability to do that, and we just, saved up that Waters Brokilon for game number 3. We didn't even need to bleed him in round number 2. So, yeah, that went very well for us. Could have been a lot worse. And, yeah, good showing of what this deck can do. Now, normally I'd like to show you guys a variety of matchups, but today, as I was playing this to record, I was just getting Skellige after Skellige after Skellige decks, so I finally figured, I'll show 2 Skellige matchups. And honestly, I think both matchups kind of showed just how powerful this deck can be. We won in 2 different ways. In the first matchup, we were able to bleed them in round number 2. The second matchup, we lost the first round, and then they passed. We were able to deploy the Waters Brokilon twice in round number 3, and we just ran away with all the Harmony units. So Harmony can be kind of tough for the more controlling decks to control, including Nilfgaard. I would actually say that Nilfgaard is our best matchup with this deck. This handles Nilfgaard quite nicely. The only thing we really need to watch out for is Purify units in those type of control matchups, because if we don't have the poison to take out some of their taller units, and that can be a bit problematic, but in general, this deck is very, very powerful. It's very good in all 3 rounds, and it's quite versatile in what it can do. So, like I said, this list may need some tweaking. There may need to be a Purify unit in here too, maybe something to deal with artifact removal, but even this deck list right here, which I will leave in the description below, very, very strong. I think you'll find some very satisfactory results if you want to try this in ranked. So that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all for watching. I will be back next Tuesday with another Gwent video, and you can check me out on Thursday. I should have another Mythgard video up as well. And that's going to be it for me today. I will see you guys next time.